You're listening to Hospital Daily Update, all the latest in television entertainment.
You're tuning in to Soap Dirt, the most recent updates on entertainment news on television. Hey GH fans, here are your 2-week spoilers for September 9 to 20. Jason finds himself in yet another predicament. It's Belinda from Soap Mud, and she's ready to run a death ahead of Anna. So let's dive right in with the action starting on Monday, September 9. It makes sense that Curtis is speaking with Portia given her growing obsession and distraction with the Heather Webber situation. But he believes Portia is essentially putting her life on hold for this obsession. He has spoken with Heather, and I believe that he shares Trina's belief that Heather is no longer a threat, despite the fact that we all know she was a crazy before having her hip replaced. But the authorities at General Hospital seem determined to save Heather. I like Allie Mills, and I wouldn't mind seeing her around Christina when she gets into a heated argument with Alexis and Molly. Molly is furious and outraged, and once more she essentially putting her life on hold for this obsession. He has spoken with Heather, and I believe that he shares Trina's belief that Heather is no longer a threat, despite the fact that we all know she was a crazy before having her hip replaced. But the authorities at General Hospital seem determined to save Heather. I like Allie Mills, and I wouldn't mind seeing her around Christina when she gets into a heated argument with Alexis and Molly. Molly is furious and outraged, and once more knowing is concerned that her mother was aiding Christina in her attempt to keep the child, even though she maintains that she wasn't. But the truth is that Alexis is spending more time with Christina because she is extremely distressed, which is difficult for Molly. You know how it is with siblings. Every family has a problematic sibling, unless they are the only child. And Christina confesses something, and Rick and Curtis have a discussion at the gym. We'll see how it goes. It appears to be extremely serious, and they are both obviously very stressed out about what TJ and Molly have been through. On Monday, TJ speaks with Rick, who is essentially at the gym, pumping iron, and Liz complied. Michael will also be trying to talk Christina down, pleading with her, but she is still killing people. I believe that this is a peculiar circumstance in which the woman has chosen to deal with her loss, postpartum depression due to hormone fluctuations, survivor's guilt, and PTSD related to what transpired, making Ava suffer the most when Christina shouldn't have been in the situation for any of this to occur. Christina isn't a very good decision maker, as we've all seen over the years, regardless of the actress playing the part. Wednesday, September 11th, Molly is wondering why Rick went to the police regarding Alexis and the pistol. Since Rick and Molly are both court show officers, he gave Liz an explanation that would persuade her, and I believe he will return. And go look, this was the correct thing to do, and your mom doesn't need to worry about it if she didn't do anything. So Alexis will also be fairly upset with Rick, and you already know that they weren't thrilled to see each other. Carly has an update from Brennan. It appears like he looked into anything to try to assist her, but he's still merely attempting to set up a dinner date. Ava gains a break when Liz speaks with Willow and opens up to her, so maybe she won't be responsible for anything. What to do with Jordan, Christina, and Anna are investigating Jagger's death. Naturally, we already know who killed him and who this mysterious man, Dr. Isaiah Gannon, is. On September 12, Tracy calls an urgent meeting at Deception. She's offending Bilk by bringing in an elocution coach for her mother Lois. Speaking of Lois, she and her daughter Brooklyn have a serious conversation that same day. Sasha surprises Cody. Hopefully it will be a sexy one. I like them. They're very sweet, but not necessarily in a way that you would expect. In Front Burner. However, I hope the side character's romance develops further soon. Because Sonny keeps having him, cover up for this murdering, Jason may receive another mission from Sonny. But given the phrase mission, I'm curious to know whether he accepts to perform any kind of work for Brennan, if he assisted in putting an end to this. Carl battles Jagger's colloquialisms, Joss visits her older brother Michael, and I'm sure she's furious about Carly filling in for Sonny. But Michael is certain that his father killed Jagger, so I wonder whether he will be held accountable, cautious, or advise Joss that telling her is the worst thing he can do, because she can't stop talking. On Friday, September 13th, Lois and Tracy are fighting over something that Sonny promised someone, and Anna confronts Brennan and demands something. I'm glad Charles Major is under contract because I think his character is so charming and raucous. He's like Valentine 2.0. Chase brings in a suspect while Mac makes an arrest, so it appears like they are working together. Arrest, we'll see how it plays out, and who gets dragged in. You know none of them are going to crack. But Chase is aiming for Alexis and Mac, and his brother Robert is certain that Sonny should be held accountable for this murder. Under Pressure's second week of spoilers for September 16 to 20 shows Rick has a secret reason for traveling to Port Charles. While it seems obvious that this is so that he can reconcile with Liz, there may be more to this story than meets the eye. Perhaps there are some unanswered questions. Hunger for retribution since, as we all know, he hates his half-brother Sonny. The same spoiler we had for Kate's death last week. But as you know, most fans and everyone in Port Chuck did not see it as a tragedy because they do not miss the man. Perhaps this spoiler is leading us closer to Sam Moll's untimely death after GH dumped Kelly Monaco after 2 seasons. Rick has always been jealous of him, so maybe he's in town to cause trouble and tragedy strikes. Decades of excellent work on the soap opera, and despite having a sizable fan base, I am aware that petitions are being circulated and that producers at GH and ABC Daytime are being inundated with angry fan messages protesting her termination. Perhaps they will bring her back as a different character, but I doubt that fans will be pleased that they want Chemo to play Sam specifically. GH is getting a new physician, and my bet is that it will be the dashing Dr. Isaiah Gannon, who is now treating John Doe, because he is unconscious, and they are unaware of it. The person he is, I did mention in my predictions this week that I wondered if he could be Jordan's new love interest. You never know, maybe they brought her in for some affection at last. She certainly deserves it. Additionally, GAH could use another doctor, given that Finn was fired after falling off the wagon, and Portia is preoccupied with her well-founded animosity toward Heather Weber. Watch for additional tension and errors in the Jagger murder investigation. You are aware that the PCPD takes some time to sort things out. The Teflon Duck can avoid consequences in some way. I'm wondering if we might see an 11th-hour hasty marriage between Carly and Sonny, so she can escape testifying against him. If they do that, it would be a third revival of that plot. Sonny literally gets away with murder all the time. After Lucky and Holly escape from elderly Rich Sidwell, they ought to return to Port Charles shortly. Given that Laura and Kevin are in the area looking for him, the question is whether they will all get together, return to Port Charles together, and be relieved to locate Rick. Already at Elizabeth's side, hoping to reunite, Jason still has more unpleasant chores to complete before this Sonny murder mystery comes to an end. Holly is prepared to take off with that diamond. Let's see if she succeeds. These are all of our 2-week spoilers, scot-free. Please leave a remark. If you haven't already, please subscribe and come back soon. This is Belinda from Soap Dirt talking to you about General Hospital 7 days a week. We appreciate your support and encourage you to follow us wherever you receive your podcasts because you would hate to miss the upcoming episode. All of the main podcasting services, such as Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and others, have Soap Dirt available.